Ira, how will you be involved in light of what was determined in court today?
Well, if Mr. Doulos is able to recover, they will come back to court and re-argue on the bail status. And if the judge is inclined to keep the bond in place at that time, I will then step in if possible, and everything is in place to secure his appearance in court.
Now, we have heard the last couple of days about how the Palmetto Insurance Company based in South Carolina, who had underwritten the bond, had some concerns about the value of properties and the fact that a couple of them had been foreclosed on. How do you deal with that?
Well, we would get the properties ourselves, and we would do a analysis of the properties. We'd do title searches, and my insurance company, which is AIA Insurance out of California, they normally always do their due diligence, and they'll come back to me, we'll talk, and we'll say this is what it's worth, and we'll discount it. Obviously, if God forbid there's a problem, and we would have to quick sell it and so forth. But I've been writing bonds for 21 years, so we have all the foundations in place to do our due diligence to see if the property value is what it's worth or if it's in foreclosure.
And you've dealt with high-level, high-profile bonds.
Yes, I've done Dominic Strauss-Kahn out of New York. I'm on the Harvey Weinstein case now. I wrote the Antonio Brown bail just recently in Florida. I've dealt with Lawrence Taylor. I've dealt with Ja Rule, some high celebrities, plus also the everyday people in the white-collar cases I've done in New York.
So before we let you go, just sum up for folks who are just joining us here, what did the judge, what did the two sides agree on today?
I think it was more of a gentleman's agreement, that understanding that Mr. Doulos' condition, that if he is able to recover, that they would work out a deal to come back to court and see where the bail status is at that point. I've dealt with Norman numerous times. I respect him as an attorney, and I will work on the package right now and see what's there. And as I said before, there's a lot of moving parts to this case and to this bond, and I'll do my due diligence along with my insurance company to do their due diligence. And then if we're able to do something, we have colleagues here in Connecticut that will post it for us, and I will take the liability and stand behind it if we feel comfortable.
Right, if Mr. Doulos survives, of course.
If Mr. Doulos survives, yes.
Ira Judelson, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Ira Judelson from Ira Judelson Bail Bonds in New York City. He talked about the high-profile cases. The big number bonds don't scare him for sure.